Welcome to the Myths and Legends channel. In world culture, there are many tales and legends that still spark debates among scholars. Should they be considered myths or real stories? Some of these traditions are filled with mythology, however, they contain too many realistic details to be unequivocally classified as fabrications. One such mysterious tale is the legends of the Amazons. Scholars still have not reached a consensus on whether these warrior women actually existed. The first mentions of the Amazons can be found in ancient Greek literature, where they were described as a tribe of strong and fearless women. According to myths, their origin is linked to the god of war Ares and the goddess of harmony Harmonia. The ancient Greeks regarded the Amazons as true warriors whose lives were dedicated to battle. One of the most renowned historians of antiquity, Herodotus, claimed that the Amazons inhabited the shores of the Maeotis, known to us today as the Sea of Azov, and lived in Scythian lands. These mysterious women, he asserted, were not merely a figment of imagination but a part of the real world, although their image is surrounded by numerous myths and mysteries. According to one ancient legend, after the fall of Troy, many Amazons, members of this legendary warrior tribe, were captured by the Greeks, who celebrated their victory and were returning home. There were so many captives that several ships were required for their transport. However, the Amazons were not willing to accept captivity and took advantage of the fact that the Greeks, intoxicated by triumph, had let down their guard. The legend states that the Amazons managed to break free from their shackles and ruthlessly slaughtered all the men on board the ships. The liberated fleet sailed the seas for a long time until a new land appeared on the horizon. This land was an expansive steppe, inhabited by fierce Scythian tribes renowned for their warlike nature and aggression. However, the Amazons were not frightened by this new threat and engaged in battle with the Scythians, achieving victory over them. After this, they founded their own state in these lands, becoming the new rulers of the region. This story highlights both the unyielding strength and courage of the Amazons, as well as their quest for independence, even in the most challenging circumstances. The origin of the term Amazon remains unclear, and there are several theories regarding its etymology. One version suggests that it may be borrowed from Persian, where the word means warrior. Another theory links it to the Greek language, where its meaning is interpreted as unmarried woman. However, among the ancient Greeks, the most prevalent version states that Amazon translates to without breast. According to myths, this name is associated with the practice of burning the right breast of Amazons from childhood to avoid hindering their archery. Despite this legend, ancient Greek artists and sculptors depicted Amazons with both breasts, casting doubt on the truthfulness of such stories. Furthermore, historical data indicates that the bows used by steppe peoples were drawn at ear level, not breast level, making the practice of breast removal senseless. There is another version explaining the origin of this term. The Amazons may have been called this due to their refusal to raise children in the traditional way, including breastfeeding. According to sources, newborns were often immediately weaned onto mare's milk, which the Amazons actively tamed. Thus, the image of these warrior women emphasized their independence not only in battle but also in everyday life. The Amazons engaged in hunting and warfare, which formed the basis of their way of life. Their arsenal included bows, axes, and spears, while their armor consisted of crescent-shaped shields and helmets. To continue their lineage, the Amazons formed relationships with men from other tribes. There are several versions of what happened to their offspring. According to one legend, boys were sent to their fathers after birth, while another suggests they were simply killed. Girls, on the other hand, were kept and raised as future warriors. They were trained not only in military skills but also in agriculture and hunting, so they could be completely independent. However, the ancient Greek historian Diodorus Siculus presented a different viewpoint. According to him, Amazon settlements were inhabited not only by women but also by men. They typically played subordinate roles, handling household duties, forging weapons, and raising livestock. In some cases, men even participated in battles, strengthening the forces of the side the Amazons aligned with. Thus, while the image of the Amazons in history and myths is surrounded by an aura of independence and exceptional female strength, it may not be so uniform. Roman historians also mention the Amazons. Caesar, for example, reminded the Senate that the Amazons conquered vast territories in Asia. The historian Strabo also wrote about them, noting that the Amazons conducted successful raids in the Anatolian regions of Lycia and Cilicia. Another historian, Philostratus, placed them in Taurica, while another historian, Neon, indicated that they lived east of the river Tanais, near the territory inhabited by the Alans. Interestingly, Procopius claimed that the Amazons inhabited the Caucasus. There are also other accounts stating that the Amazons lived in Pontus, on the shores of the Black Sea, in what is now modern-day Turkey. Here they established an independent state, one of whose rulers was Hippolyta, whose name in translation meant free, unbridled mare. Perhaps for the Amazons, such a name was indeed a compliment reflecting their freedom and independence. Thus, the image of the Amazons spread not only in Greek but also in Roman historiography, covering wide geographical regions from Asia to the Caucasus and the Black Sea. According to legends, the Amazons founded numerous cities, among which the most well-known are Smyrna, Ephesus, Sinope, and Paphos. These warrior women first appear in Greek art during the Archaic period in episodes related to various myths. One such story is their attack on Lycia, where they were defeated by the hero Bellerophon. In Homer's Iliad, the tomb of Marina, a legendary Amazon, is also mentioned. According to the ancient Greek historian Diodorus Siculus, Queen Marina led the Amazons in their victorious war against Libya. The wars fought by the Amazons became such a popular theme in ancient Greek art that scenes of battles between Amazons and Greeks emerged as a distinct genre known as Amazonomachy. These epic battles are depicted in many works of art, including the famous marble reliefs of the Parthenon and sculptures from the mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Amazons fighting Greek heroes became an integral part of Greek cultural memory, symbolizing both the strength and the contradictions of these mythological figures. The hypothesis that the legends of the Amazons may have real historical roots is supported by the results of archaeological excavations, particularly in studies of Sarmatian burials. The weapons and combat gear found in the graves of Sarmatian women indicate that they indeed participated in battles. In the burial mounds discovered in modern-day Russia and Ukraine, archaeologists often encounter interesting finds. Men are buried with everyday items, while women's graves frequently contain weapons and military artifacts. Notably, the weapons found in women's graves are particularly striking. Daggers and spears typically exhibit a more elegant design with slender handles clearly intended for a female hand rather than a male one. In some graves, complete quivers of arrows have also been found, indicating their special significance for a woman's life in the afterworld. This suggests that these women were warriors during their lifetime. Thus, archaeological findings provide important evidence that women in Sarmatian societies indeed played an active role in military actions, making the legends of the Amazons more plausible and historically grounded. Moreover, archaeologists often find the remains of women with arrow wounds and injuries that could only have been sustained in battle, not during the mass killing of civilians during raids. These facts lend reality to the myths about the mysterious Amazons, whose images have left a deep mark in history. They continue to live on in both ancient and contemporary works of art, literature, and even video games, where the portrayal of warrior women is particularly common. During the Age of Exploration, one of the greatest rivers on the American continent was named after the Amazons, the Amazon River. It may be a long time before humanity learns for certain whether these legendary warriors truly existed, or if they will forever remain a mystery of the past, cloaked in myths and legends. Perhaps the Amazons took their secrets with them, remaining not only a symbol of superior warriors but also an embodiment of enigma. With that, our episode comes to an end. Thank you for watching the video until the end. If you enjoyed it, the best way to support the channel is to like and comment. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated on new episodes. See you on the Myths and Legends channel. Goodbye.